What's up? It's DeAnna Lorraine.
Omar Navarro.
And we're really excited because we're about to give this award. I'm not telling you what's in it. Well, I'll just tell you.
It's a pretty cool award.
It's an award for Man of the Year to none other than Eric Bowling.
Someone might deserve an amazing award this year, and that would be Eric deserves the Man of the Year award.
DeAnna, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you. Appreciate
And
that.
we're here to present this award to you because of all the hard work that you've done in the last year, especially with the opioid epidemic in this country. And you are an incredible example of an amazing man that so many men and boys should look up to in this country. So.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you so much. DeAnna, I tell you, 1 year ago we were here, and this all started a year ago with the opioids, and we met at the time Sarah TV, now become Blaze Media, and guests and said we need to talk about this more.
Yes.
And I've been blessed to be a part of a group like Blaze Media and meet people like you and Omar.
When we started this, we were celebrating hardworking men, and you exemplified that, and we're very happy to offer you this award.
I want you to take a wide shot because this is one of my best friends here, right here, Mike Lindell. Can you go wide? Take the Destry wide shot. Honestly, I'm happy to be accepting this award on behalf of another great man, and you too.
Yes.
Thank you so much. DeAnna, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yes, I know you can't come to our Tribute to Men rally tomorrow, but I'm glad that you can accept the award because you deserve the Man of the Year.
I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.
I am DeAnna Lorraine. I am the co-organizer of this event, the Tribute to Men. And I have my other organizer of the event, Mr. Omar Navarro. And he has got some cojones because he ran against Maxine Waters.
That's right.
So I want to thank everybody for being here today. I really appreciate you guys for guys coming.
I don't think that love between men and women is really that great at the moment. And I feel like the way to make America great again is by making the family unit great again, and by restoring the relationship between men and women. And part of that is this constant war on men that's been going on since the 1960s. And I don't know about you, but I am sick of it. If we have a weakened men, then guess what? We have a weakened family unit, we have weakened relationships, and a weakened nation. So we need to actually stop treating our men so poorly and our boys, stop telling them they're toxic just for being a male, and lift them up. And this is not an anti-women event. This is a pro-male event. We want to celebrate men and masculinity and fathers and veterans because strong men equal strong families, equal a strong nation. Give it up for strong men. With that being said, that's why I wanted to create a tribute to men. Omar jumped on board because his slogan running against Maxine Waters is fighting for your family. And a part of a family is a strong father.
So when I ran, I saw a lot of people in the inner cities, and Burgess Owens can attest to that. When you go in the inner cities, you see how the left will try to demonize and how tear apart families. And you start by taking the father away. When you take the father away, now you have a bunch of weak men in society. You don't have strong men in society. So we have to bring back strong men in our society and bring back values in society. That's how we're going to get back to our country. That's how we're going to go back to where we should be. We're not going to have trash on the floor anymore. We're not going to have gangbangers anymore all over the street. We're going to clean up our street. We're going to have real fathers who are going to pick up the tab and actually take care of their kids for a change. That's what we need to see. So I want to thank everybody here today that is here because I don't want to talk forever. I want to see the phenomenal Kaya Jones here speak. She's a former Pussycat Doll. She's a good friend of mine. She endorsed me when I ran for Congress, and she's an amazing person. I want to.
And she loves men.
I like men to be a little aggressive. I don't think that they should be pussies. I just don't. I think that strong men are not seen anymore. And so now, if you're a strong man, you're seen as aggressive, right? You're too aggressive. You're angry. There's all these things, and it's like, well, no. I mean, as a woman, I love being a woman. I love that I am built in a certain way. I have my mind in a certain way, and my heart and what I'm supposed to provide to my partner is very different than what he's supposed to provide for me.
Yes.
Right, but unfortunately, unfortunately, what we are seeing is women demonizing men, and they want to be men. So women are turning into hating men, and or turning men into women.
We have to be thinking about the next generation. We have to be thinking about our sons as they go out into the world, that they have our support, that we're lifting them up, and that we're celebrating them. We're celebrating all over our nation. And it is because of great Americans like all of you here. You represent millions of Americans all over the country that believe in the future of our nation. They believe in the sons of our nation. And you're going to go out there and you're going to lift up the family unit. We're celebrating the American family. We're celebrating our faith in God, our love for our country. And yes, we're celebrating great American men. Right? Great American men. Amen.
Please raise a glass. A toast to the greatest civilization on earth and the men who built it. Uhuru. To men. I would also like to make a toast to the entrepreneurs who risk everything to improve our lives. To the entrepreneurs. To the entrepreneurs! And to the housewives that create human life, shape it, and build the communities we live in. To the housewives. To the housewives! To free speech, the First Amendment. To free speech! And to our guns. Yes. And finally, to the parasites both on the streets and in the White House who want to attack us and take what we earn, to the trespassers who want to sabotage our culture, our family, and our way of life. You want a war? Well, you got one. Yeah. To all our enemies, both high and low, bring it on. Bring it on! Thank you for having me.
Men are called for a specific purpose, to provide, to preside, and protect. And this idea that opening up a door for a woman or giving up a seat for a woman is an insult to a woman and her ability to be strong and independent is absurd. That takes away the respect of women. When a man opens a door for a woman, when he gives up his seat, that is showing the ultimate respect for women. Don't stop doing it! Women do not realize the value of who they are. Respect them anyway until they do.
There's nobody who loves men more than me. If you're a straight white man, you are expected, the narrative is that you are the most privileged person in society and therefore you are demonized. By the way, congratulations to all the straight men in this audience right now for taking it so well. No, for taking it, you guys really take it on the chin with grace. Honestly, you really do. And I think that that's amazing because honestly, if you look at every other minority group and the way that they react, I mean, my God, Jussie Smollett gets to go out and like literally pay black men to beat him up and pretend like it was white men, and everyone's just like, oh my God, poor Jussie Smollett.
MAGA country.
MAGA country. You guys are literally demonized 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you still just kind of keep your heads up. You keep working. You keep going. I really admire straight men. I want an applause for straight men.
It's time to change this generation. We have raised a generation of pathetic little fake men, feminized men that are pathetic. I mean, that's the best word for them. God has called men to be the protectors, the providers, the head of the household. He has called men, husbands, to love your wives, and wives, respect your husbands. There's an order to creation. There's an order to how we live. And once we get outside of that order, things fall apart. But it's up to the men. It's up to households. It's up to men being what they were created to be, and it's up to women being what they were created to be, and knowing the distinction and honoring the distinction, being proud of the distinction. We are not the same. We're equal in God's eyes, but He created us different, and thank God He created us differently. Thank God.
And this is what we should be aiming for in America. A future that is male and female, that both genders are working together to change America and make it a better place. The values that America stands on are the best values in the world. And if America falls to these leftist ideologies, to these feminist ideologies, to these anti-masculine ideologies, there's no place left in the world for freedom to exist.
It's okay, I don't want to have like this sad story right now, but my parents were divorced when I was young. I came from a broken family, and so for me, and I grew up with 4 brothers. So the impact of a father is just instrumental to a family unit. We need to really understand that when a boy or a girl grows up without a father, they are 6 times more likely to get hooked on drugs, to grow into poverty, to commit suicide, or to get into the criminal justice system, to get into jail, to get into prisons. It happens all the time. So the importance of fathers cannot be understated.
It's important that we care about men, because without men, we wouldn't have such a great country. Our fathers were men. And those men created a great country that is still here today. And that great country has given us a lot of freedoms. But we can't take those freedoms for granted. Because if we take those freedoms for granted, guess what happens? It gets taken away. My family came from one side from Mexico. They came here the right way, by the way. The other side, they came from Cuba. They fled from Cuba to from Fidel Castro to the United States. They also came here illegally. But they always taught me to love America, to stand up for America. You know, like DeAnna had, she talked about how she also had a broken family. I had a broken family while I was growing up. My father was absent for a lot of my life while I was growing up, but I had my grandfather. So my grandfather made up for that father figure in my life. And I was thankful that I had him, because I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have that father figure.
I am a proud white male conservative, and I am not afraid to say that, because we all should be proud of who we are, proud as being a man, proud as being a woman, proud of your heritage, proud of all of that. Except the left has taken that message and flipped it around, saying that we should not be proud of that, when we should. There's nothing wrong with being a guy. There's nothing wrong with opening the door for someone. When I went on my first date, of course I opened the door. Of course I give up my seat to people. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what our fathers teach us. That's what our grandfathers teach us. That's all we have to do.
Black entertainment television is not, for 20 years, been controlled by black people. Controlled by Viacom, white, socialists. And if you wonder why these young men, who really do care about this community, cannot kneel for the flag, was 20 years, this propaganda, anti-American, anti-white, anti-family, anti-police, anti-woman, is going on continually in their minds. So giving the $20 million doesn't change anything. They get $20 million to sit on the sideline, raise their fist, instead of thinking about, as entrepreneurs as we would, billions of dollars represented around that football field. And not once are they saying, let's get a business. Let's go out and hire these 83% of black boys that are not working. Let's make sure that 70% of those black kids are now not having fathers, that we man up and tell these kids, get in there, take care of your kids, or get out of here.
We're going to have a few more awards tonight. One is a man who's going to be receiving the Warrior of the Year award. Here's to a fantastic real man, PJ Schranz.
And I thank you, DeAnna, Omar. Omar, where are you? There you are. Chivalry. I say it, my wife all the time, I'm always holding up doors. I'm one of these idiots that will wait 2 minutes for somebody to come. And then I go, chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is not dead.
This man that we're going to give this award to, he doesn't take a knee. He doesn't take a knee. You know who takes a knee? Who takes a knee?
Liberals!
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick, come on.
Kaepernick.
This man takes a stand. Like his book, Taking a Stand. I want to award Burgess Owens with Patriot of the Year. Thank you so much.
And you know, like I said, I'm very inspired by you. Do you want to just say a couple words before you speak out?
You plant the seeds, you're patient, you nourish it, in time it will grow. This is a great scene, guys.
Yeah.
We need to make a tribute to our men again. And I tell you, ladies, for you to say these good things about us, it gets us stoked. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Strong men, strong nation.
There we go. So let's keep it up. Let's continue to support these guys. Thank you so much for the vision. We'll make this better and better every single year. Look forward to it.
Now, I just wanted to say again, thank you all so much for being here. You guys have been so amazing. The rain, the snow, it doesn't matter. Next time we'll have somewhere outside so we can just gather thousands of people, because this really needs to be a 1,000-person, million-person movement, right, Omar?
I totally agree. I'm really happy with everybody that showed up today, including Daily Beast. Thanks for being here today.
Daily Beast!
So the one thing that the leftist media cannot report is that we kicked them out of our rally. I invite everybody to come right in and take some news. So I mean, it's all good. Keep doing the write-ups. It's always great for me. No, thank you so much, everybody. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the Proud Boys for being here. Right over here. Thank you so much for being here.